What's up, fellas? I'm Zach Phillips, and I'm a proud member of the class of 2014? 2015. That can't be right. That's the future now, isn't it? I thought it'd be nice to open with a joke, so I chose one concerning two topics relevant to our time here at Loyola: the Society of Jesus and haircuts. A Franciscan gets a haircut and then asks how much he owes. The barber says he never charges clergy. The Franciscan thanks the barber and goes home. The next morning, the barber finds a big basket of fresh bread from the Franciscan's kitchens. An Augustinian gets his haircut by the same barber. The barber also tells him that he never charges clergy. So the next day, the barber receives a nice bottle of wine from the Augustinian's wine cellar. A Jesuit gets his haircut, and the barber again says that he never charges clergy. The next day, when the barber gets to work, there are 12 other Jesuits already waiting for him. I'm honored to be chosen to speak at today's graduation, but I don't want to take up too much time, as I know this is a big day for all of us. I would be remiss if I did not thank the people who helped all of us dons arrive where we are today. We would like to extend our thanks to the administration of the school for providing us with an excellent learning opportunity. Our teachers for making that learning experience memorable and making an effort to help us both in and out of the classroom. Especially during senior year, our teachers worked to help us towards our next steps in education and organized important senior events like Field Day and Prom. We would also like to thank all employees here at Loyola who work constantly to maintain this campus and keep it beautiful, especially for days like today. All of us here owe a lot to our families, and even more specifically to our parents. Without our parents raising us, providing us with great opportunities like this school, and tucking our shirts in as they pushed us out the door, we would not be the men you see before you today. Parents, take a gander at these handsome fellows right here. They get to wear these white tuxes and look, as most of them would say, fresh because of you. So thank you. It has been a tumultuous 4 years for Loyola. A lot has changed since 2011. And I don't just mean our heights, facial hair, and deeper voices. From the very first week, the class of 2015 arrived, we were different, partially due to when our first week was. A hurricane at the end of August delayed the beginning of school by 1 week. And while I do not have access to the official Loyola Blakefield records kept underneath the secret archive underneath the statue of St. Ignatius, I think it's safe to say that we were the only class in Blakefield history to start on a gold week. I distinctly remember sitting in my first English class with Mrs. O'Hara and her telling us how we would be known for years as the hurricane class. Loyola does a great job of throwing us together during our first weeks so that we quickly get to know each other and become unified as a class. Freshman year had us reviewing our St. Ignatius book we were supposed to read over the summer, and it is from there that we began to figure out what it means to be a Loyola Don and a man for others. Many of us got to know each other through sports tryouts, and I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say roughly 4,000 of us tried out for freshman soccer. We were further brought together through the sharing of stories from our classes while we grouped together at lunch, the legendary freshman mixer, which featured some of the brightest neon polos I have ever seen in my entire life, and emulation of Dr. Fitzpatrick's astonishing grasp of the English language and pronunciation of the word sir. These were just a few of the steps taken to join us together as a class. After freshman year, we received the Wise Fool talk from Father Joe, where we learned that despite our experience in high school, we were still naive clowns. And that's not to say we're not still naive clowns, we just were more so then. For the first time, we had free periods and some freedoms with our academic schedule. Decisions made after freshman year influenced classes for the rest of our Loyola career, aiding us in further gaining our identity as a member of this community. We built relationships with our classmates and teachers. In Mr. Jajic's AP US History class, it seemed a competition to see who could stay up the latest completing their packets. and I to this day have not seen people write in print so small to fill up every blank space on a page. Sophomore year saw success for our sports and forensics teams and our theater program. Our competitive teams won multiple championships our sophomore year, and the Loyola Blakefield players' performance of Les Mis was so strong they were invited to Scotland last summer to perform at Fringe, the largest performing arts festival in the world. Within 1 year, this class was gaining recognition on the state, national, and international level. As I said, our time at Loyola has been tumultuous. I believe this is the strongest word for this due to the drastic changes in Loyola history. Since the end of sophomore year, we have had 2 people serve as deans of students, 3 as president, and 3 as principal. Eras have ended and begun during our time here, and I think it is important to recognize how the school, both the students and the administration, have grown during this time. Junior year, we celebrated our ring ceremony and dance, and our missioning mass. The mass concerned our service the following summer and was truly powerful. A truly powerful new experience for those of us who were able to travel and set the world on fire in the name of Loyola. It was also the new experience of hearing the singing voice of Mr. Kachko. I still have Mozart's Symphony 40 stuck in my head. The most significant event for a Don at Loyola is Kairos. Juniors and seniors go on the secretive retreat, and many come back realizing things about themselves and their loved ones that they never knew before. There is an unbreakable bond formed between the other 40 or so Dons, and then that connects from retreat to retreat. Without giving away the secret of Kairos, it is truly an experience that brings all of us young men together and turns us into men of Christ. Together, these men have laughed, cried, celebrated, won, and experienced great loss, and this connection begins on Kairos. But the class of 2015 takes care of each other. Getting 178 students to dress up as Avengers and Ninja Turtles and hit each other with swords made of foam and duct tape in this very hollow just a few days ago takes a lot of unity and coordination. Most of that is thanks to Kairos. A huge portion of classes stopped to sit in the hollow and watch the class of 2015 chant Roll Dons Roll and USA as our Don Gong sounded, filling the greater Towson area with the sounds of live action war playing war. Please hold your thunderous applause. I think I speak for our entire class when I say it was a satisfying moment for all of the seniors. This year has been eventful for Loyola. Our senior year was a microcosm of the previous 3 years. Classmates left, new friends were made, and conflicts brought us together. We lost family and friends. We supported each other. We laughed and cried together. It is hard to believe that this is the last day of that crazy year. We got through all the conflict together, and we are stronger men because of it. I have not heard our class frequently referred to by the name the Hurricane class, but I think it is important to know how we got to Loyola. Once we become Dons, we are truly Dons for life, which means our 4 years at the school are actually the shortest portion of our journey. My hope for our future and my challenge to all of us is that we can go on to be so much more than the Hurricane class, or that one class that LARPed in the hollow. Loyola has given us the tools to become young men and Dons. So let's go forth and set the world on fire. Roll Dons, roll. Thank you.